People in northern Maine have been hoping for years that new development will come to the former Loring Air Force Base. The base closed in 1994, and Aroostook County lost a lot of jobs and residents since then.
But there is new hope that the largely empty base can be brought back, thanks in part to a new developer who bought part of Loring. 207's Don Kerrigan has more of this story from the county.
The old Loring Air Force Base is a massive complex. Thousands of acres of land, scores of empty buildings, one of the longest runways in the whole country. But local leaders have struggled for 30 years to redevelop this old base and bring back the jobs that used to be here. Now, a developer from southern Maine has decided that is a challenge he can't resist.
Photos like this one told Scott Hinkle Loring Air Force Base had possibilities.
Does this make you, are you going to get a snowmobile?
I am. Of course.
Because these photos show snowmobilers in front of Loring's big arch hangar, the largest structure of its kind in the country, he says. And Aroostook tourism leaders like Gary Marquis say it draws riders from all over.
And the last couple of years since they've had this trail here, the amount of people that have stopped and taken pictures has become huge. It's all over the internet, it's all over Facebook pages.
A tourist attraction right here by the runways. Scott Hinkle says it's just one of many ideas that have him excited about Loring.
You know, there really is no epicenter in northern Maine for outdoor tourism. So we want to give it to the people. We were looking to bring this back, maybe even put like a little place to serve beer or burgers out of here so people can basically come in here, sit down, look around, see the immensity of it, and enjoy themselves for 5 minutes and motor on.
Hinkle and Green for Maine don't actually own the old arch hangar. It wasn't part of the 450 acres of base he and a business partner bought. But everything here at Loring seems to get the developer thinking about potential.
Biggest thing I've ever done, and it's exciting, and you know, to see that we are putting people back in seats, putting people back onto the base. The traffic has increased on the base.
Hinkle says he first came looking to lease a building and then had deeper and deeper talks with the Loring Development Authority at a time when the LDA needed income and some fresh energy.
I would think most people, myself included, will look at this and say, what in the world made you think you could buy an Air Force base?
Right. Well, you know, you definitely, you got to take it, and you have to do some soul searching for sure. This is not just a project. This is a mammoth property. I mean, it's one of the, I think, probably the largest property in the state of Maine. It's 3,800 acres, 2.2 million square feet of commercial real estate.
So they made the deal, and Hinkle and his partner bought the first big chunk of the base with option agreements to buy more. Since then, Hinkle says he's talked with a lot of local people about it.
What does the area need? Like, we want our jobs back. We want our jobs back. We want to get here. We want to figure out what you can do with that base.
And that depends on what parts you look at. Some of the buildings he bought seem trapped in time, looking like they did way back when the Air Force left 30 years ago. But others, like the former Maine Military Authority building, are ready to move in.
This building, yeah, we'd like to see tiny home manufacturing. When you look at the size of the building, you could easily have 2 runs and 2 production line manufacturing start to do tiny homes in here. I think the tiny homes model is a much needed model in New England.
Hinkle says he's also looking at other kinds of manufacturing that would create good jobs and spin off more income for the base and for his properties.
We are talking with aerospace companies now who are interested in bringing their manufacturing or more of assemblage here, which gives us the opportunity to start some machine shops and manufacturing here.
One of his large buildings has already been leased to a solar energy company that builds grid-scale projects.
I think there was a lot of naysayers in the beginning, but now they're calling us, hey, what kind of property do you have for lease up there? What's going on? We're going to try to keep using a lot of this stuff as we can.
And Green for Maine is also in the odd position of now owning all sorts of equipment from the old Air Force Base, from plow trucks to fire trucks, even, yes, a jet engine.
You know, it still kind of somewhat spins a little bit.
All of it, he says, will have value to somebody. And then there is the proposed biorefinery. DG Fuels out of Washington, D.C. says it has already signed a lease for land here and is looking to build a plant to make aviation fuel from waste wood.
It's a big deal for not just the county, it's a big deal for Maine, it's a big deal for New England. This is a very big deal.
And you think it's realistic possibility?
It's very realistic.
So if the project happens, he says, the old base will need new housing, also restaurants and other facilities in buildings he owns or hopes to buy.
If that refinery does not happen,
Yep.
development still goes forward.
Absolutely, because we have aerospace companies now looking at the property.
Loring's vast runways and ramps are empty right now, perfect for wind sailors to swoop and speed. Scott Hinkle says he wants to keep them coming, like the snowmobilers, just sharing the giant old base with a whole new set of busy, hard-working neighbors.
For people and businesses in Aroostook County, the importance of redeveloping Loring was underscored by a statistic Steve Levesque shared. He says that since Loring closed in 1994, the population of the county has dropped by 23,000 people.
The Loring Development Authority and others say getting new businesses, housing, and opportunities to the former base can help keep more people from leaving and help bring others in.